Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. It's Tuesday nights live on the Car Shipping Business Channel. My name is Jay. You know, my goal every Tuesday night is to bring you another trade show level business presentation to you wherever you are, because your automotive business deserves the latest in transportation news. And if you're busy, and I know you are, you know what? In a few minutes, I'm going to give you the show lineup. You'll know what to expect. If you're watching on demand, go ahead and click in the video descriptions below. There's time code links. You can jump ahead to your favorite parts. Please do leave a comment. Remember to like, share, tell your friends. Thanks for watching ATI. What does it take to be a great vehicle transportation and logistics company? Is it being on time? Having professional drivers, good pricing, great equipment, knowledgeable, patient, and an always ready staff? What about the latest technologies or the ability to adapt? Well, tonight we're going to spend the evening getting to know Preowned Auto Logistics. We've got Kevin Lombardi, VP of New Business Development, Michael Scenna, Sales Manager, Dana Rogers, President, and Jeremy Louisos, Senior VP. And Ty Thompson will be with us as well. So please join the live chat, ask your questions, share your thoughts, grow your business, because it's Tuesday nights live on Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, your host. Welcome back to the show. There's always something that gives away that this is a live show. Yes, we're live. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us tonight on another edition of Tuesday Nights Live here on Auto Transport Intel. This is the Pre-Owned Auto Logistics Show. Let me tell you what's going to happen here tonight. First of all, I want you to feel welcome. Please feel welcome. Auto Transport Intel is a safe place. Carriers, brokers, dispatchers, dealers, OEMs, auctions, everybody's welcome here. Please do say hello in the live chat. Share your company information. Free advertising in the live chat tonight. Then we got industry news. That's at the quarter hour. Now that's social media news, national news, front of the store, back of the store, new cars, used cars, OEMs, auctions, dealers. I keep saying that. Well, that's what the news is all about here on Auto Transport Intel. There's a lot going on. An EV. Oh, it's a night of EV news. And then we got Ty Thompson, Cars on the Move. He's here at the 40-minute mark. He's going to help me introduce Kevin Lombardi. Now, we caught up with Kevin live at the IARA. That was in August. So we're going to continue that conversation. Michael Scenna will also be with us. He's a sales manager. He and Kevin work together quite a bit, so we're going to have quite a segment there, talking about sales and clients and business. And then we're going to learn more about the organization. Dana Rogers is the president. We're going to spend some time getting to know Dana. And if that's not enough, we're going to add Jeremy Louisos, Senior VP. We are going to learn the organization. That's right. Don't you love it when you get to know a company a little bit better, and then you know it's more than just the company name? There's the people and the staff and what they do and how they think and how they relate. That all happens tonight with Preowned Auto Logistics. So what I want you to do is, yes, say hello in the live chat. I see some great stuff happening already. So, oh, by the way, that's right. Please do leave a like and share this. You click Shoppy. See? Second time. It's a live show. Click Shoppy. There's the live chat happening right now, but you can share the link. Also, if you're just lost, you don't know what's going on, go to autotransportintel.com, click on sign up, become an ATI insider, talk to Ty, get on the email blast, let us know how we can help you. We go live 4 times a week. We're going to tell you more about it, so stick around. We're going to be right back.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verification of loads when nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021. Or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
That's the voice of Sue. She runs a dispatch office. She's a fully licensed broker. If you need help staying loaded or moving a car, visit murphyautotransportservices.com. Also tune in on Thursdays on Dispatching Live. Let's go into the live chat. John Cochran is in here first, ringing the cowbell. Thank you so much, John. Really do appreciate it. And keep sending in those pics. You see it during the week. It's usually a share them on Dispatching Live on Thursdays when we're talking about booking loads and staying loaded. And also, as Fritz knows, if you see a how we doing, we'll share that tomorrow on DOT compliance. But thank you so much, John. It's great to see that you're still running and loading a lot of vans. Good thinking, man. All right, cool. So let's go back to the top of the live chat and say hello to who's going on, what's going on in here. Ty, Cars on the Move, the Car Shipping Business Channel. Ty is in here first. Kimberly is here. Welcome to Tuesday Nights Live. Please join the live chat. Carlos Braxton, ACB Logistics, in the live chat. Mark Grodicke, looking forward to show number 213. Jeremy is here. What's going on? Jeremy's ready to go. Yeah, I snuck up on me. So in those intro credits, did you see that? Was I the only one? Okay. Silvermint, what's up, ATI fam? What is going on, Silvermint? Ought to get an award for tuning in like the most in October. We should keep a running tally. Well done, Silvermint. Ding ding. In fact, Silvermint will show up on a show and just post ding ding. So thank you. Nick is here. What's going on, Nick? Hello, Nick. Super Dispatch. What's up, ATI crew? Hope we're all well tonight. What's up, Super Dispatch? Kevin Lombardi says, greetings all. What's going on? Yeah, I just figured I rang the bell a lot. You know, dogs are going crazy. Okay. Yep, so Mark is here, and then we give the information for Murphy Auto Transport Services, and the debate rages on. Are there more dispatchers looking for carriers than needed, or are there plenty of carriers looking for dispatchers? We actually find out on Dispatching Live. We're seeing, I don't know. I should have a whiteboard with some kind of measurement, like those thermometers that you fill up and you draw in. Maybe. JRW Prime. What's up, JRW Prime? Saying hello. Chris Chamberlain's going on. What's up? Joe Miller's here. And commenting on LinkedIn. Dwayne Woods. Good evening, everyone. What's up, Dwayne? Thanks for saying hello. Chris Chamberlain's ringing the cowbell. Our buddy Chris Chamberlain, man. What's going on, Chris? So I think that sometime, I don't know whenever works for you, forget about it. We'll bring you on Cars on the Move and find out what's going on. Say hello. That'd be cool. Right, Ty? And well, we got information. I'll tell more about that here coming up. Leanna. What's up, Leanna? Hello from Maryland. Long-time caller, first-time listener. That's not how it goes. How many engines will shut down when DEF runs out? Oh, great. Like we don't have the diesel nightmares already. On my way back home today, I'm in Virginia, headed back to D.C., taking a couple of days off and on the road. Nice, John. And there's Ty. ATI to the moon. Woo-hoo-hoo! I second that. I'm new to this. Looking forward to learning. Cool. All right, well, here's how this works. Leanna, that's awesome. Thank you. What you want to do is, it's Tuesday night. This is the beginning of the week. And what we're going to do is, this is the flagship show. We're having an interview, big conversations, you know, and if you're new, like, just sit around and drink from the fire hose and watch the questions and maybe ask something if you want to. You don't have to. What you can do is then on Wednesday, DOT compliance, we get into the nitty gritty of regulations. It's really boring stuff, but it's critical to your business. Thursdays, we look at load boards. So if you're looking at load boards, man, we go all into that. I've got CarLink Dispatch training videos you can watch to your heart's content. And then on Friday, we talk about building customer relationships. We rinse and repeat. It's called Auto Transport Intel. What is going on, Dennis and JLR Hauler? What's going on, man? Thank you guys so much for saying hello, tuning in. That's excellent. Oh, by the way, mic check 1, 2, 3. How's the audio? It looks okay, but it'll change. And you gotta let me know. Like, audio up, audio down. And I'll tell you what, let's do this. Mark, what is up? Right after this, industry news, but first this.
You know the value of a hard day's work because you're out there living it. Long hours, hard days, and a dollar that doesn't stretch as far as you'd like. But what if you had more time at home? What if you had more money at the end of the month? Where is it that your mind wanders on long, open roads? What is it that nags you at night? How could your life be better? More money, more freedom, less stress. What if I told you I could help you spend less time on the road while making more money? What if I told you that you could plan your next trip in under 2 minutes? Both of these things are true with Dispatch Center. Turn the corner with us. Start your next chapter today.
Save valuable time finding the right loads faster. That's Dispatch Center by SuperFlo Systems. Get signed up and get logged in and make your load management life better. Visit dispatchcenter.com. Links are in the live chat. Thank you guys so much. Let's do some industry news. We're a little bit ahead of time, and that's good. We're going to need it. We always do. You guys know how this works. All right, so this is show 2130. Oh, hey, by the way, Mark is ringing the cowbell. Mark Rodeke, SuperFlo Systems. You've got Dispatch Center, you've got Transport Auto Quoter, the CRM, the mobile app, the TMS. He's there to help. He's here in the live chat. SuperFlo Systems is in the live chat. So if you got a question for Mark, let him know. He wants to help you. And in fact, soon we've got questions from Larry. We have our 5 questions coming up. So let's get this show on the road. Episode 213, Transportation Made Easy, Preowned Auto Logistics. You know, I've seen for quite a while, Preowned Auto Logistics does a good job of advertising their business. So I wanted to learn more about them. I contacted them. Here's their website. You can find out more. Go to preownedautologistics.com. And up there they've got, here's just part of the team. Dane is on the show tonight. Jeremy's on the show tonight. Kevin's on the show tonight. Mike is on the show tonight. And so we're going to get to know them and more about their business, because that's one of the things we know. In-car shipping, auto transport, we don't know enough of the folks behind the business name. So here we go. Awesome. Let's do this. I talk about the auto transport industry ecosystem, OEMs, auctions, dealers, shippers, services, brokers, carriers, equipment, regulations, and loads. Those are the verticals as I've identified it. Tonight's show, we're going to focus on kind of the services carrier broker model as it applies to dealers, shippers, equipment. I put in regulations because they're focused on that part to make sure that it is a high-level quality business. And of course, we're going to focus on loads. On Auto Transport Intel, we talk about the back of the store and the front of the store. Back of the store, that's where the transport parking lot is. Manage the inventory in, inventory out. Front of the store, where the sales happen. Any business that has grown knows you've got to focus on both parts if you are a growing business. It's the year of the hybrid man. Oh man, I've been using this graphic for 10 months. What am I going to do for 2022? Where digital meets physical. Where electrical meets gas? I don't know. I always say, when the auction is a packed house, you'll find Ty in the clubhouse. Go check out Ty at Ty Transport Guy. Ty is in there talking to dealers. Why is he talking to dealers? And what are they talking about? Well, how about used vehicle prices average just under 27 grand? Look at that spike. Used vehicle inventory improved modestly in September as the average listing price kept climbing. The average listing price is running 25% above year-ago levels. That's pretty high. That's a pretty significant increase. Thank you, Martin. Sent this in. Auction vehicle volume falls while prices hold high and steady. The supply chain straitjacket, microchip shortage, and diminishing Delta variant all combined to define the used vehicle auction market during the third quarter, according to Auto IMS. So let's look at some industry averages and metrics that were compiled from about 750 auctions. Pretty good sampling. The conversion rate, percentage of vehicles sold on a day in which they were offered, fell. Vehicle sales volume dipped by about 25% year over year. Wow, that's, again, very significant. Average sale price is up. Average vehicle grade down. Average damage estimate leaped. And average vehicle mileage went up. So basically, overall, big picture, the more used, why not? That's why, new vehicle prices, they've hit a hit record. While supply falls. So yeah, those used vehicles values are going up. This is fascinating. Top selling vehicles in America? Dude. Okay, so F-Series is I'm gonna go with F-Series as the winner on this one. Fascinating stuff. We're gonna be talking a lot about vehicles here in Industry News, so stay with me. And I never know exactly where the news is going to take me. I'm not talking about container ships because everybody knows all that, right? Let's talk about vehicles and dealers. Let's see, a pay-up pitfall as dealers source customer vehicles. A pitfall relates to a long-standing belief or understanding among dealers that they shouldn't pay auction money to acquire a vehicle from a customer. Why pay the auction money? I'm not saying don't, but that is one of the questions that's being asked. Because at auctions, you're bidding for cars against other buyers. You face additional fees, inspection, transportation, expenses that you won't have to pay if you can get it from the customer. Here's what a segue. What is your opinion on this market adjustment? Ready? So this is a Bronco, somewhere around 62. Bronco market adjustment, 72 grand. Why? Why is this Bronco $135,000? I guess because it's new and it's built, I suppose. We had a big show a week ago, dealers acquiring inventory. So sticking with that vein, we also, we had a show. Did you see there was on Friday a premiere of this Black Widow imaging edit? Black Widow imaging takes away the car dealer pain with instant 4K photos. Because now you can sell it before you even have it. Octane, Buick GMC of Santa Fe, they got a Black Widow. This is Caitlin Shirk, Columbus Fair Auto Auction. She loves to talk about their Black Widow. And Black Widow has a lot of news that Auto Transport Intel helps with. All right, shameless, Jay, shameless. United Road introduces guaranteed pay benefit for drivers. Do you see this one? The company said the benefit is a key element in its strategy to attract, train, and retain car haulers. Drivers are guaranteed at least $2,300 bi-weekly or $60,000 annually if they're in their first year, and $2,500 bi-weekly, $65,000 annually if they're tenured. Note, drivers must be an active employee except all assigned work, and work on a minimum of 100 hours during a pay period to qualify. But that news is out. GM now finishing in shipping pickups that had parked for lack of chips. A big better than halfway to clearing the backlog. That's good. That's good. We made great progress. Steve Carlisle, GM's North America chief executive, said the goal would be to clear out all the 2021 model years by the end of this year and have a bit of a tail on 2022 model years into the new year. To expedite transportation of newly built vehicles to dealers, read it. Carlisle said GM bought a number of car haulers. GM bought a number of car haulers to deliver them from factories or distribution centers. The Detroit automaker has also allowed dealers to pick the vehicles up themselves. Wow. New vehicle inventories have shrunk below 20 days in the U.S. due to supply chain disruptions, but the company wants to get that back to 30 to 45 days, with some getting 60 days depending on the product line. Got to get out that product. Saw this. I always, pretty regularly I see, like car shipping. It's information, but it's pretty bloggy. Top 10 expert tips when moving to Florida for the winter. Number 1, shipping your car. This is going to come up later, probably. Let's keep going. This is how you get your car shipping news. Although all right, I'll tell you what. Fine, I'll read this. At the bottom of the blog, shipping your car to Florida will take some time. Period. It will take about a month from the car's departure date. Period. If you are set on having your car by the time you arrive in your Florida home, period, choosing to go by the carrier's date will not cost you an extra fee, period. Even so, you will need to have more patience, period. It may take longer than 4 weeks, depending on the weather and traffic, period. Alright. Point made. This is how you get your car shipping news. It's on Auto Transport Intel. It's on Tuesday nights live. Actually all week long. But what you can do is on Tuesday nights, you can put it up on the big screen. And I hope you do. Because what I want you to do is I want you to play along. Are you ready? Here we go. Yes, that's a drum roll. It's Are You a Car Shipping Guru? Ask Larry time. So powered by ATI and SuperFlo, we got 5 questions. Larry, the TAQ Transport Auto Quoter Llama. He's got 5 questions, and what you can do is, so this is your time, you can go to dispatchcenter.com/ask Larry, and you can play the game at home. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, we're okay? And everybody in the live chat, that's awesome. I see the live chat happening. Dominic Santini is here. Corey McGriff is here. Vladimir Kupetsky is here. All right. Thank you guys so much. Well, you're just in time for the game. Are you ready to play? Here we go. 5 questions on the board. Question 1. Which of the following is a collection of state and local roads that follow the course of the Mississippi River through 10 states of the United States? Is it Mississippi Road, Great River Road, I-75, or Route 29? Huh. Wow. I have no idea. I don't know the answers. Clearly, I should have studied. I don't know. Follows the course of the Mississippi River. It can't be the. Can it be the Mississippi Road? I don't know. I don't know, man. Anybody? I'm dying over here. I got nothing. I don't know what to put. The trolls got you. Okay. Hey, there's Joe with the Auto IMS. Yeah, man, Joe's got data, information. Of course, he's not doing me much help on this question. I literally don't know what to put. Great River Road, I-29? Nothing? All right. Well, I guess I'll just go with Great River Road. It can't be right. I don't know. Maybe it is, because he put Mississippi in there to throw me off Great River. Good job, Mark. Here we go. Question 2. We only have the questions tonight. Answers are on Thursday on Dispatching Live at 1 o'clock. Join us. Right? I don't know. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 2017 Ford Explorer from Vernon Center, New York to Colfax, Wisconsin? $595, $720, $900, $1185. Excuse me. If you are joining on the podcast, number 1, I apologize for coughing in your ear. Number 2, I thank you. And if you're not listening to the podcast, by the way, you know you can do this because it's a long show. I get that. And you got to do something. Go out to the shed, fix the lawnmower. I don't know, fix the snowblower. And you can get the podcast, listen to it while you're working on the blades and the whatnot. And you can also, right below the video, there's that plus save. You can click plus save and check it out later. You're useless on this? I know, I got nothing. Joe? But this, maybe I got a shot. 2017 Ford Explorer, New York to Wisconsin. I mean, I don't know those cities per se, but I'm going to go with New York to Wisconsin. I'm going to go with 720. Should be 900 though. Ford Explorer. See, the problem is it's Q4, rates are down. I'm going to go 720. So, Silverman always way off the charts. Carlos 1185. Yeah, I don't know. Can I change my answer? Dang it. And you know, Larry knows his stuff because he's the Transport Auto Quoter Llama. You want to prove it? Alexa, open Quotify. Now that everybody's Alexa just woke up and went crazy, find out what Alexa thinks about shipping your vehicle. Remember to enable your skill. People tell me that all the time, Jay. Here we go. Question 3. While this Utah-based company began production in 1940, they stopped building trucks and instead built aircraft and ship parts until 1947 due to World War II. Freightliner Volvo Peterbilt International. That is a really good question. Utah-based, 1940, stopped building trucks. Oh, man. I'm going to go with Freightliner or International. Ooh, we got 2 for $11.85. Yeah, I did not guess $11.85. I don't know. I know 720 or 900, I don't know. I'm going to go with Freightliner or International. I'm going to go with International. Yes. We know that, Silvermint. Ding, ding. Okay. All right, be sure to submit your answers. You see it in the live chat. DispatchCenter.com/Ask Larry. Submit your answers, play along, and win. Question 4. Here we go. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 2019 Honda Pilot from Atlanta, Georgia to Denver, Colorado? $525, $700, $990, $1235. Can't wait to see what Silvermint's got. Atlanta to Denver. That ain't gonna pay much, man. Honda Pilot? It's either $525 or $700. I'm sorry. It just is. I'm gonna go with $525. I know that's not what you want to hear. I'm just saying. Here's the thing. This is what I don't understand. I mean, you got shipping containers falling into the sea, right? And like nobody can get a container, nobody can get a driver, nobody can get a forklift operator, nothing. Yet car shipping rates haven't gone up at all. There's no vehicles. And they say there's a driver shortage. Well, there sure isn't a owner-operator shortage. Anyways. Carrie's got 990. Thanks, Carrie. Vladimir's got 700. Yeah, I shouldn't say 525. Can I change my answer? Dang it. I never win. Ever. Question 5. Exhaust-based emissions have been reduced by almost 95% in the trucking industry since what decade? Wow. 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Exhaust-based emissions have been reduced. Wow. Well, I'm going to say since the 70s. Because that was like, I think that was, what is, Death to the Amazon decade? No. Really, Jay? Have you seen the Netflix specials about the... Don't do it, man. Watch something else. Don't watch those. All right, cool. That's 5 questions in the books. It's 8:30, and we normally do the questions at 8:30, but I've been trying to, because then I get to the show late. We're already 30 minutes in. I've been talking like crazy. I'll tell you what. Let's see. What are we doing? Oh. Let's do this. Don't forget, go to autotransportintel.com, click on sign up, become an ATI Insider, talk to Ty. How can we help you? What are you looking for? Are you looking for a dispatcher? Are you looking for equipment? Are you looking for insurance? Did you get put out of service? Are you trying to grow your business? Do you want to talk about trailers? Whatever it is, we now have a community of experts. Let us know how we can help, and you can go sign up as an ATI Insider. That's the best way to get started in the network. Thank you so much for sticking around on a Tuesday night. Really do appreciate it. It's great to have you here. Do me a favor. Right after this, we're going to go into part 2 of Industry News EV. Here we go. Auto IMS and ConditionReports.com are pleased to introduce the TransportCR mobile app. Auctions, consignors, and dealers who engage independent transporters now have an affordable tool to hold all parties accountable when unexpected damages arise. Inspection photos, geotagging, date and timestamps, and user-specific authentication all ensure transparency and accountability. Install the TransportCR app or contact info@conditionreports.com. An inspection, condition reports, and authentication tool holding all parties accountable. Install the TransportCR app or visit info@conditionreports.com. The links are in the live chat. Also, I see the 80s in there. That's good. That's good. I wonder if I got any of them right this week. Let's move on. Okay, so here we go. Part 2 of the news. GM to build out EV charging network with dealers' help. Because that's been one of the questions. That's why I'm on this charging news. One of the questions has been, if I get an EV, am I just going to run out of electricity in the middle of the desert and sell it? What do I do? Well, GM is working on making sure that you're able to get charged up. GM plans to distribute up to 10 chargers to each of its dealerships in the US and Canada starting early next year. I think that's actually a really smart idea. To establish a network of 40,000 electric vehicle chargers over the next 4 years. Up to each dealer to find suitable locations in the community intended to be installed at sites such as shopping centers, offices, or even baseball fields used by Little League teams. That's Ty. That has Ty Thompson all over because that's what Ty says. The dealership is involved in the community rather than just at the dealership themselves, but spaced throughout the community. The chargers would be open to vehicles of any compatible brand, and dealers will be able to display their own branding information. They are level 2 chargers, which means they use 240 volts. GM did not say how much customers would pay for the chargers when bought with a vehicle. The chargers will be available in 11.5 and 19.2 kilowatt, and the cost will be rolled into lease or financing payments. The addition of 40,000 chargers would vastly expand the size of the country's charging network. There's about 120,000 charging ports in use today, and mostly with level 2 voltage. Learned something right there, right? Oh yeah, the ELD Kool-Aid, thanks so much. I still have it, because I love ELD. Okay. Hertz, let's go. Have you heard about this? You're going to. Tom Brady is going to be the face of the campaign. Hertz invests in the largest electric vehicle rental fleet and partners with 7-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady to headline the new campaign. It includes an initial order of 100,000 Teslas by the end of 2022 and new EV charging infrastructure across the company's global operations. I mean, you're right. It makes sense that Hertz would get Tom Brady. I mean, Hertz, what was the story with Hertz 2 years ago? Well, Tom Brady actually never suffered that. Anyways, it's amazing. It's a comeback story. Let's go. Vroom has launched a TV spot with the NBA All-Star. So now you got 2 sports figures with automotive businesses. This is actually very interesting because I watched the video. Julius Randle apparently is a Knick on the Knicks. I know. Somebody's like, Jay? Anyways, so he's sitting on the hood of the car. The guy comes out and says, hey, there's a big Knick on your car. And Julius says, I'm not going anywhere. It's great stuff. Okay. Lucid Motors, Air EV finally hits the roads with a range that blows Tesla away. Here's the kicker. You know why? It's a $169,000 car. Okay. All right. But anyways, over 13,000 reservations have been placed to date with a planned production rate of 34,000 cars annually in the company's launch phase. Here's a note, a tidbit. Gasoline prices are up on average about 42% over the past year. Yeah, I know. I've been on the road. That is a truck carrying brand new Lucid Motors. Lucid Motors is delivering cars to customers now. They just have to scale up production. And that was a photo, yeah. A photo of what appears to be several production versions of its all-electric Air sedan on a truck. I mean, it's nice for $169,000. Ford's Maverick hybrid pickup truck nearly sold out for 2022 model year in its standard setup with a gas-electric hybrid propulsion system. A gas-only version of the Maverick with a turbocharged engine and the starting price of $21,000 will continue to take orders. The hybrids do better in city driving because stop-and-go traffic recharges the battery through regenerative braking technology. So when you see more EVs, now you know. You got a little bit of context. You know? All right. Context is king. In September, Tesla sales in Germany surpassed those of BMW, Audi, and Mercedes combined. Yo. It must come as a shock to BMW, Audi, and Mercedes. Tesla Model 3 outperformed all of their midsize, the combustion engine options combined in September in Germany. Youch. Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. And just when it was all Tesla good news, oh man. Did you guys see this on Facebook? Now this is a video. I'm not running the videos tonight because we'd be here forever. You can go check them out. Go watch the Hertz Tom Brady videos. That's out. You can watch the Vroom Julius Randle videos. That's out. And then you can watch the USA Electric Car Battery Exploded Tesla video on Facebook. It's a doozy. Now you don't get to see it explode. I'm sorry. But you do see it. I guess it had just exploded and now it's very, like cop show. Like it's right after exploding and the camera's walking around and everyone's like, what the heck happened? And there's cantaloupes everywhere and oh yeah, and the Tesla batteries exploded. That's right. That's the point of the story, Jay. Well done. Which is why hydrogen's future as transport option reliant on collaboration continues. Even though there's been a lack of infrastructure, poor availability of green hydrogen, it's held it back as a fuel compared to battery power. They're not letting it go. Hydrogen is here to stay, and you hear it her first. What? Auto Transport Intel is live 4 times a week. This is Tuesday Nights Live. It's at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday night, it's the big show. DOT Compliance, Wednesdays. Join us. What are we doing tomorrow? Every Wednesday at noon. And I think what we're going to do is, first of all, we got a How We Doing. Somebody sent me Fritz. And do this. Here's what you can do. Send in the news. Here we go. Send in. I need to update that. Send in the news. As it says, oh, send in the news. It says, oh, send in the news. Okay. Send in the news. Autotransportintel@gmail.com. Fritz sent me a video earlier. Man, we're going to show that tomorrow on how we doing, because I'm not sure how we're doing. Okay, and we are going to have, I think we're going to have, Ty is going to catch up with Louis of OIDA at their Truck to Success in-depth training curriculum at the Courtyard Marriott in Blue Springs, Missouri. So check it out. That's going to be live at noon. Right, Ty? Okay. What else we got here? Dispatching Live is on Thursdays at noon. That's 90 minutes with Jay and Sue. Oh, it's super fun. I call this Franken Toyota Audi. I don't know. This was something booked on the load boards, and the broker had to call him back twice and tell him it was something else, when really, who knows what it is. Oh, also, we're going to talk about Cars Arrive as a new load board. That's coming out. The clock is ticking. And, oh, hey, our annual, guess which one it is. Is it a broker, dispatcher, carrier, or shipper? We're going to show costumes, and we want you to tell us which one it is. Broker, dispatcher, carrier, or shipper. Good times. Cars on the Move, that's Friday. Melting Block of Ice. Tim Scoutalus is going to join us, where, you know, that inventory is melting. And, man, you can't leave anything left in the parking lot these days. Car Guy Dictionary is what we're going to do. This is Tim from a month ago talking about the dealerships and the showrooms and what to think and do and say if you're a transporter trying to talk to the dealer. Well, we got Car Guy Dictionary tomorrow. Actually, last week we had, Ty was walking around at the auction, Ashby Transport. Can you think of how much business you're going to get just from having a banner on the wall at the auction? Do you have a banner on the wall at the auction? What's your banner on the wall at the auction? Let us know. Put it in the live chat. Tell us. We are a media partner of Finished Vehicle Logistics, and because of that, and we're excited about it, and we really appreciate it. Thank you, Automotive Logistics. Well, there's a conference November 9th through 11th in Newport Beach, California. That is, what is that, 2 weeks away? And I just saw this. Jason Hawk, CEO of Black Widow, he is going to be, I guess he's going to be on a panel. Well, all right. You can see that. So find out how we can help you. Ty's going to be live at the show. I'm going to be here running the channel. We're going to catch up with Jason and say hello. There's Ty. He's always hanging out in the booths. Let him know, hey, do you got a booth? Do you have a booth at a trade show and you need Ty in front? Ty's like that inflatable pickle in front of the dealership, huh? Okay. You heard it here first. And we will also be at Used Car Week in 3 weeks in Las Vegas. Really looking forward to that. That's a big show. Let us know how we can help you. Lots of people going to these shows. We are the Car Shipping Business Channel. This is Auto Transport Intel. My name is Jay. It's 8:43. Wow, I'm only a few minutes behind on time. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to bring in Ty right after this. I'm going to bring in Ty. We're going to catch up for a few minutes. Then we're going to bring in Kevin Lombardi and start off meeting the team at Preowned Auto Logistics. Join me for that. You're not going to want to miss it. Stick around. We'll be right back. Is your current vehicle imaging process producing inconsistent images? Frustrating? Time-consuming? At the mercy of another vendor's schedule? Well, it doesn't have to be. Black Widow Imaging provides a simple system to capture high-quality images of your vehicles in seconds. Simply align the driver's side tire with the floor stripe. Stop on the floor plate to scan your vehicle code and capture the exterior images. It's that easy. It's also equipped with an interactive 360-degree interior camera option so your customers don't miss any details. The results are fast, consistent 4K images that are delivered to your website in minutes. Let us show you how easy your imaging process can be anywhere in the global supply chain. Visit BlackWidowImaging.com to schedule a live demo. Black Widow Imaging provides high-resolution 4K images for OEMs, auctions, dealers, rail, port, fleet, insurance, transportation, and more. Schedule your live demo. Visit BlackWidowImaging.com. So also there's links in the live chat, and I heard the doorbell, so I know we're going to be live with Ty in 1 second. Also, let's see here. Oh, freight is up 200%, and I see some, and cars are in the S-hole. Oh man, because drivers keep taking cheap. Well, and that's never. See, here's the thing. That's never going to stop. It's never going to stop, is it? It's been this way forever. There's always plenty of other people taking the... So I don't know. You have to find a new strategy. How do you combat that? Right? All right. All right, here we go. We got Ty in here. Here we go. Are you ready? That is a drum roll. I always say that now because I guess it doesn't sound like a drum roll. It does to me, but I'm sitting here. Okay, here we go. Ty, can you see me and hear me okay?
Yeah, I can. I'm trying to hook up my mic.
Oh, okay.
Mic.
But you
anyway,
sound good. You sound good.
It's okay.
Yeah, cool.
Well, I'm really excited about tonight, and here's why. So I met Kevin, and I believe it was Michael.
Yes, Michael.
I was in IARA. And I remember, I can't wait for Kevin to get on here because I want to hear his version of how we met. But I'm doing what I always do. Hey, buddy. And I look over and I see him, and I'm not sure if he really wants to talk or if he's afraid of me. Because, sometimes people aren't like you and I, where we're just happy to be on the camera, right? But really great guy, great company, and I'm excited to learn more about it. How's that?
That is good. That's very good. And the thing is, I mean, we do this because you're live in the auction transport parking lot every Friday. And, hey, buddy, what's going on? And I think we're getting higher success rates now of people randomly talking to us. But we also know, you see that where it looks like you're chasing them, and this is a no-go. Line down.
Yeah, that's true.
But
that
Kevin and Michael gravitated to you, and that's how we know, right? That's when we say, oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
I got to change the batteries. I'll have to make a note of that. Change truck batteries. Really? Yeah. He did that live? Yeah. So anyways, so the thing is, we got one. And when we get somebody that wants to talk, well, let's talk. Let's get to know them better. And so that's why they're here tonight.
Yeah, really excited. And so the ATI show, right? People sign up and they call. And if you're in the live chat and you see Cars on the Move, that's Ty, just in case you didn't know that. So Jay's always talking about Ty, but you never see Ty in the live chat because it's Cars on the Move. Anyway, point is that this really is a great place. I got a phone call today. This one was random. They didn't sign up. That's because I put my phone number everywhere, right, Jay?
Oh, you do. Yeah, no, I get spam calls. I can't imagine what you get.
I just answer the phone.
See, I don't. Maybe that's why they keep calling. I can't. But but having said that, no, and we do. I get a lot of emails. That's how I like to get contacted. Send me the news. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. But yeah, we do get contacted a lot. It's neat. Something I say now. This is happening. It's no longer an experiment. I know I've been saying that a long time, but, we have to kind of pinch ourselves because, we're just a couple of guys that have been making videos for 4 years now.
Yeah, and I think it's great. So point being is yes. This guy calls, he's a broker, right? And he's asking if he should get a truck and trailer. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
He's a broker, but he wants to get a truck and trailer.
No, you're right. I didn't catch that. It went right by me. I'm like, yeah, I heard it.
I heard
it. A broker wants a truck and trailer. Wow.
Why?
Well, because he needs to move. He thinks he could move some of the car. He or she thinks they can move some of the cars of the clients they're making?
That would be a good guess. Yeah, that would be applicable. That would be definitely in the top 5.
Okay. But
So
okay.
how about the difficulty of dealing with the carrier? Oh yeah, we forgot. Ty's the guy that always says that, right? Car hauler sucks. Well, as I talked to the guy, the point being is this platform is a great place to get what you need, to figure it out, right? I'm a broker. Do I need a truck and trailer? Should I get a truck and trailer? Well, tell me a little bit more about your business. What are you doing? Well, I've got actual real customers, car dealers, right? And they want me to move cars. And when I move the cars, I put them on the load board, and then I got to deal with the carrier, and the carrier doesn't always give me a good name, right? Because if you really break this down, who's counting on who to get the job done?
Yeah. Now that actually, that is like the big empty pit that nobody wants to stare down. Who's really relying on who here?
Yeah. Interesting.
That is
right?
very interesting.
Yeah. Point being, we don't have the answers. I'll raise my hand. I don't have all the answers.
That's fair.
I
We
do
don't have all the answers.
do know people, and
many
we can
people.
help. Yeah, we know a lot of people, and our network is growing.
Yes, and we
So-
are helping.
Yeah, we are, and
We are.
it's encouraging. The reason I'm telling the story is because it really is encouraging. And I'm what's the word I'm looking for? I'm blessed to be a part
I was gonna say
of
grateful,
this
me
channel
too.
because I get to do what I really love to do, and that's connect people and help people, right? So thank you, Jay. Thanks
Well,
for putting the show together. Thanks
thank
for
you.
putting the channel together. And
Thanks for helping me do it. You know.
Yeah, well, we have
Yeah.
fun.
And
It's a good time.
you know it's neat. I get to see the YouTube comments come in that are like, I got another one today. Like, thank you so much for this platform. My husband is the driver. I'm learning a lot. And like, where do I go? What do I do? I'm like, great. That's great. You feel safe enough to tell me that on the YouTube comments. That's awesome.
Yeah, it really is.
That is a big
And it's
deal.
also
I'm
awesome
blessed
that
for that.
I get to go to OOIDA tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a big deal.
I know,
Right?
it's awesome. So what was that? We're gonna get to Kevin in a second here, but we met Louis we just showed up. When was that? Was that 2018?
It's been a while.
I
Yeah,
think it was.
it's been a while. They were
That
having their
was
big
like-
conference, and we just whipped in there.
They were like, what are you guys doing?
We don't, they're like, we don't do car haulers here, guys.
Thank you. See, David Ray says you guys are awesome. He said it in the live chat just now. Thank you, David.
Thanks, David.
That means
Yeah.
a lot. It really does.
Yeah.
So all right, cool. You're going to join us tomorrow on DOT Compliance to talk to Louis Pugh, Truck to Success. If you're looking at, and that's, I think it's freight, not necessarily car hauling, but business principles apply. That's what's neat about DOT Compliance. And with my co-host, your DOT guy Brian Riker. So that's going to be great. Let's do this. Let's get Kevin. I'll tell you what. Here's what I'm going to do. Kevin, let's go to camera 1. Kevin, get ready, because I'm about to invite you, bring you in from the waiting room into the Zoom room. And so that transition has begun. Yes, thank you guys so much for jumping in the live chat. Vladimir, Super Dispatch. It's also you're the broker carrier hybrid. Yeah, that's a good point. I like that. And Silverman, come on now. We love the way you talk. Dealers are willing to pay top dollar for a car with cool pictures, but beat up the carrier as a business model. Hey, all right, so here we go. Drum roll, please. That's a drum roll. Here we go. We have Kevin Lombardi. He's the VP of New Business Development at Preowned Auto Logistics. He's with us now. Oh, and I've got the graphics on the screen, Jay. Dang it. Kevin, please say hello to the Tuesday Night's live audience.
Hey, greetings all. And that's the truth. I truly gravitated for the first time in my life when I saw Ty. And he was a true conduit to like greatness, critical knowledge, and the truth.
That's awesome. Thank you. It was really cool meeting you, by the way. And I feel bad because we did talk a lot, but we didn't get to talk a lot about exactly your business and your company and exactly what you do. So it's actually pretty good because what you're about to witness is unscripted, right?
Yeah, that's for sure. It's just something we do every day, so it's not that difficult.
Yeah. So tell us again, you're, I believe, Wisconsin, correct?
No, nope, we're not close to Wisconsin, but we're actually a little bit north of Boston.
I know.
But
Massachusetts.
Close.
Ah.
Oh.
Hey, at least I was in the 50 states or close to it somewhere,
Hey,
right?
in this region, we're all patriots.
Yeah, good. Boston, Massachusetts, good.
Yeah.
Okay, and so what is it your company, tell us the name of your company.
So, this is Preowned Auto Logistics. We were started about 20 years ago by, a visionary logistics provider. Dana Rogers is our president. And we've kind of been very agile over the past 20 years. We've morphed into, a very unique national transportation company. And, here we sit today, really the pinnacle of my career, talking to yourself and Ty. I never thought that I would have this opportunity.
Right here we are. So we're live on YouTube. We're talking about auto transport. We're talking about the auto transport business that you're with, and we're going to keep talking about. We have different things to talk about. Okay, we can talk about clientele, but we're not here to give away any secret sauce. But talk in generic terms. Where number one, if you are a dealer or business and looking for a transportation business to work with, this is an opportunity to get to know you and the company and what you're about. So there's that. We've also we talked a little bit about technology, and I'll tell you what, why don't you start with this, Kevin? Transportation logistics, what does that mean to you?
So we're a technology company that just happens to provide vehicle transportation, nationally. When I started, I've been with the company about 10 years. My role is really to build, our sales department. Our differentiator is we provide incredible customer service direct to consumer. But our differentiator really is that carrier development is just as important as customer development. So, we deal with dealers, we deal with individuals, those people who need to move their cars, from one place to the other. But we use technology today to really leverage, the carrier network to assure that customers get their deliveries in a timely fashion, for a fair and reasonable price.
So I just want to ask this follow-up. In what ways do you use technology? You said you're a technology company. Mm-hmm. In what ways do you use technology to do that? Can you be specific?
Yeah, it's not, we respect, the carriers and what they do for a living. It's a very difficult duty to load and transport a vehicle. But the logistics industry is technologically, advanced. These cars go on, loads, and they go to different legs. It's like we're the orbits of the auto industry. For the customer, you just, you show a destination, an origination date, a location, and a destination, and we go to work. We leverage a national logistics network to get the car from one place to the other. Today, all the data that's available, we understand, and we use that data to quote pricing and to really guarantee times. ETAs has always been a difficult, guarantee in our business. For instance, I saw a note that you had, it takes a month to get a car from, the Northeast, I believe, to Florida. If it took a month, we'd be out of business. So we want to keep it to about, 5 to 7 days.
Fascinating too. Actually, when I read that, yeah.
All the carriers out there, we would never be able to stay in business if it took a month to get the car, 2,000 miles in a month. But we move, 3,000 to 4,000 vehicles a month. And our business is really dispatched by a very, esteemed dispatch team that works with our customer service and sales agents. Because Ty, people love their cars more than their babies sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And they always want to know where it is, when it's going to get there. and our customer service, agents really put the customer at ease. But they need
Keeping
technology to really understand where the car is and when it's going to get there.
Right. And so tell us about your tech, because honestly, this is new to me. I guess we never talked about it, or maybe we did and I forgot, but being a technology company, can you explain that a little more?
Sure. So, COVID was, it was a difficult time for everybody, but now it's common to buy a car online. So now you can identify a car, you can purchase a car, you can get financing, you can register a car in 50 states. But at the end of this supply chain, with us, you can click a button, get a quote, and get an ETA on when your car is going to get delivered. So we are now a part of the logistics supply chain. We are no longer a tow company. We are a logistics provider.
Wow. Well, did you? I remember at one point you said it just a minute ago, but you do dealer as well as what we call POV or personally owned vehicles.
Yep.
Okay, so this was interesting. Last week we had Paul Machine with Black Book on. He's like a great friend of ours. He's always on the show and he's always dumping out these incredible data stuff. Crazy.
Yep.
This guy said something. And I swear I've gone back and checked, and I cannot find where he said this because I felt bad. Like, how did I miss this? He said 70 to 80 million cars are sold private party annually. Have you heard?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
How about this? How about how many times is one car sold in its history?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, figure that out.
Yeah, it's about 5 or 6 times.
Well, the reason I brought that up was because one of the things that I know really connected you and I, or at least me being myself and being silly, was, I'm like, hey, it's probably really hard when you're dealing with a POV when you got to count on some car hauler that maybe doesn't know exactly what he's doing. And he's going to represent your company and you. And we're counting on this guy to deliver the car on time, to be transparent, to have some integrity. All the things that we would consider to be normal, you run into these situations on a regular basis and you find some challenges. Is that right?
Absolutely. But it's important for us to represent or have the carrier understand that we're representing them and we all win when the transport goes smoothly. You know, so, my business is really, involves, and I think this is what we talked to when we talked about the dealerships. We need to change the perception of our industry. Ty, yourself and I, we're professional people. We have families that we have to support. And we're in a service industry. So we have to get people to understand, don't beat on the vendors, okay? We're a vendor, right? You respect us and we'll do the right job for you. And really, I do have a booth. We have a booth at UCW, and I think I want to put that on the screen, like, be kind to your vendors because you may need us.
That'd be great. So you're going to be at Used Car Week, right?
Yes,
Used Car Week,
We're going to be there. We're
going to see him there.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you again.
Absolutely. Come on down and we'll talk more. We're showing our technology. We're showing our instant quote tool. Jeremy, who'll be on the show in a few minutes, is our genius behind the systems. 10 years ago when I got into this business, I was selling directly to the dealers. Later, I never thought I'd be talking technology and data, in the transportation industry.
Yeah, me either. I've been doing it 20 years.
A company like Black Book, it's very important, because their clients are looking for data. So if they have a client who's in the finance industry, and they have 20 cars that they're looking to transport to a certain area. Well, their job is to find, to value these cars, right? Put a valuation on these cars. So if we can help them understand that, hey, these cars will be worth, even though these cars are worth, 8-10% more in the Northeast than they are in Texas. Well, this is what the cost of transportation is going to look like. So that'll be another factor, in the valuation.
Wow.
And so here's Michael. I just brought him into the Zoom meeting. Michael, can you see us and hear us okay?
I can. Can you hear me all right?
We hear ya. Mike or Michael?
Mike's good.
Mike is good. Okay, Mike, please say hello to the Tuesday Nights Live audience.
Hello, Jay. Thanks for having us. Ty, good to see you again.
Yeah, you too, man. It seems like it's been. Did you grow your beard too? You didn't
I'm
have
trying.
that
I
full
think
of a beard,
that's
did
kind
you?
of like the new thing now, right? The beard
Snow
thing.
Shave November's right around the corner, man. I mean,
Right.
right around the corner. Good job. Good jump.
Yeah.
So what do you do there? I forgot.
So I work a lot with Kevin, a lot of the same stuff that that you were kind of going over, really helping guide our sales team in a direction for business, whether it's through, as you guys have mentioned, the dealerships or POV. We do a lot of work with private party individuals. So really just managing the day-to-day of that, whether it's prospecting or just making sure the customer service is good for the orders that are coming in and make sure that goes smooth.
Now, I don't know if you guys already said this or JS, but do you guys have any assets rolling?
So we
Limited
do.
assets.
Yeah. So we would fall under the category of, I guess, the hybrid. And Jeremy and Dana can speak more to the history of the company, but at one point it was very asset heavy, tons of trucks, and kind of gone in a different direction. And we do still maintain a smaller fleet, but have definitely moved more towards the broker model.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So because when I had my trucks, I was a broker and a carrier, and used them both all the time, and really loved it because it does afford you the ability to. I broker out, get rid of the stuff I don't want, right? Is that how it works for you guys? Kind of, maybe?
I mean, I wouldn't say get rid of the stuff we don't want, but we definitely try to use the different resources where they're best suited, right? So if you're only a carrier, you can only do so much, right? It's just where your trucks, you're constantly focused on keeping them full and keeping them moving fast, right? You don't want them sitting on the ground and not doing work. So you're not able to do as many lanes. You probably kind of find one that works for you and continue in that. As a broker, we work on building relationships, and we're able to do more moves and work more parts of the country. So we just use what resources fit best for the orders. And I think it's also helped us understand both ends, right? So by managing a fleet of our own trucks and being a carrier, as Kevin's already alluded to, we understand what it's like to be a carrier. So that helps us with building that network.
Additionally, one of the, again, my role here is sales and business development. It's very critical for us to understand what we call the discovery process, specifically when we're dealing with, auto groups and dealer communities. It's not just like showing up with a truck, going back, finding the keys and picking it up. We got to know exactly where to go, who to talk to. As you deal with auto groups that are in major metropolitan cities, it's not that easy to get in. So sometimes, it's multiple legs. We have smaller vehicles going in, pulling them out, meeting them at a terminal, and our larger carrier network picks them up and delivers them where they have to be. So it's really, and Jay, you speak to it, it's really technology tying, the business all together. Oh, and above and beyond that, we're pulling all this data that 20 years ago really didn't mean anything. Well, now it means something today.
Well, and I was going to say, because that's the thing, is that managing, and Michael, you said something right there. Okay, I'm going to go to managing first, because I want to say this before. 3,000 to 4,000 vehicles a month. Managing that's a tall order. You've got to have technology. Yeah.
Right. So
you have to.
It's really building those relationships with carriers. So when you get into that kind of volume, you get better relationships with carriers. You put more trust in them. They have more access into your system, and you make it easier to dispatch cars, and kind of you let that run smooth. And that's been our focus on that broker side. And as Kevin's mentioned, and Ty, you said something about, do you trust a carrier to show up to your customer's house with the vehicle? The ones we use, absolutely. We're really thorough on vetting, and we're really good to our carriers too. We try to make things easy. So we're constantly in contact with the dealers or the customers to find out, places that the truck can fit. How do we make the pickup or drop off easier? And on the other side, we're relaying that information to the carrier. So we try to make it working with pre-owned easier too. We're finding new vehicles to move. We're making it easier to go in and out of places. And for that, we're able to develop good relationships, a lot of trust. and people are kind of staying in their lane and doing their own thing. So we have our regular carriers work in one area, and it's, you know, years have gone by, we built up trust, and that's running smooth now. We're maintaining that and overseeing that through systems as opposed to, you know, very analog and a lot of phone calls. You just kind of look, and okay, they've moved a bunch of cars, that's going well, things are still going good. We'll check in when we need to. So yeah, I can't, I guess, stress that enough how important those relationships are, especially now.
Yeah, Ty, go ahead. There's a lot here. It's good.
If I'm a carrier and I'm watching this and I'm listening to you, and I think you guys have something I want, does it like a load board, an app? How do I really get engaged with you guys?
Yeah,
as a carrier?
So we're really utilizing everything that's out there. So of course, you know, Central, people are using that. For us, it's almost like more of a reference, a way to communicate with our carrier network, where data is extremely important. We're constantly tracking and monitoring that, who we're doing work with, how often, in what lanes. And then for that, we're able to kind of remarket these moves back to these people. Okay, we know these people are in these areas, so you could get signed up with regular emails from us, notifications. Like I said, we have portals into different systems we're using, but we really try to see what works best. And that's on both sides. That's with our customers and the carriers. We've really taken an approach of being kind of agile. So if you have a system that works better and we have a developer that can integrate with that, we'll do whatever works to get you to see that information. If you don't have a system and need one, we can get you set up with what we're using, get you a login for that, and you're able to get, you know, see information, get notifications, get updates through there. So it's, yeah, really just, like I said, working with what's best for whatever individual we're getting set up with.
Mike also said a carrier is focused on the truck and staying full, whereas a broker is focused on the relationships, which, Ty, that would explain why we get so many blank stares on Fridays, because we're talking to carriers about building relationships, which is more of a broker function. And I don't mean to be so simplistic about it, but when Mike says that they come from being a carrier, it explains why that combination. Kevin.
Yeah, you know, relationship building, it's not everybody's skill. I mean, you know, operations is focused on operations. We are the great communicators, you know, and people communicate different ways. We have, you know, staff that's multilingual. You know, we want to make people feel comfortable. We want them to, like, you know, Mike uses the word trust. That's something that has kind of been lost in this country. You know, we want to bring it back. And we want to make sure that the dignity and respect, you know, for what everybody does is maintained. So we place a high emphasis on, you know, making sure our customers understand what we do. Because, you know, intelligent customers are always right. Not all customers are always right.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point, for sure. There was something else you were talking, and I thought, wait a minute. If I'm a carrier, I can get to Preowned Auto Logistics. You guys can maybe give me some cars. Did you say you do have a load board, or your own, or do you just, do you have an app for the carrier? Did I already ask that? Did you answer that?
Good question. Yes. Do you guys have your own internal technology that folks can tap into? Great question, Ty.
So, yeah, technology that could be tapped into, yes. I wouldn't say it's set up exactly like a load board, which Jeremy could speak to more than I can. Okay. He leads up our technology department, but we definitely have a few different things that we can offer carriers. Biggest one is is just through direct automated emailing for stuff that's probably going to fall within the lane that they're working.
Oh, I know my new question. I'm sorry, I remember it now. It was, if I'm a new carrier and I want to haul for you, what are your requirements on me being a new carrier? Is it a week, 6 months, a year?
We can get set up fairly quickly. We obviously want to see insurance, and then from there we're going to do some vetting on just reviews and quality. That's more, we don't have anyone from our dispatch department on today, but someone from there, we have a manager over there that could speak more to that. But They do a pretty thorough check, but then it's our tracking from there. We're really keeping track of how every order has gone from there. Not only just on time and the financials of it, but also on even the communication, because that's huge, right? There's that, kind of disconnect, I guess, that you've alluded to a few times, like carrier broker. We throw that up there, and we really try to change that, right? It's not the carrier versus the broker. Like, why we should be able to be transparent with each other and work together. So, we ask, just answer the phone when we call. We don't want to bug you. We know you're out there doing an important job and driving, but when we call, please just answer. And on our end, we'll keep dealerships and customers at bay and make sure they're willing to meet you places and make the job go easy for you as well.
And also you asked about our company. We have a very flat management style here, but we all have our responsibilities. And Mike and I work together every day. Every morning we have our pod meetings. So we all have an agenda for the day. We work directly with dispatch. We have a tremendous dispatch department, and Dana has encouraged true leadership, in our organization, and he encourages us to, open door policy, come talk to me about what's happening right now. It's more of a Kaizen mentality. If it's not working, let's stop, let's fix it, let's get it right.
Wow. I like that.
So here we go. Please welcome. We have Dana Rogers, president of Preowned Auto Logistics. He's here. He's with us. Dana, please say hello to the Tuesday Nights Live audience.
Jay and Ty, thanks for having us on the show. Super excited about this. I've watched it several times, and like I said, I'm just super impressed with what you're doing. You're talking not only auto transport, but you're talking industry. A lot of industry content. I mean, you're really diving into a lot of things that are going on around us.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you very much.
And
thanks, Dana.
You got Kevin and Mike on the show. I don't know why you need me. These guys, they crush it.
Well,
they do.
And here's a moment. This is great. So if you're a dealer and you happen to stumble upon this, you now know 3 folks. You can meet them and shake their hands from Preowned Auto Logistics. That's what I'm excited about. As I think I said this to you guys, is that I like putting a name with a face. That's why I like trade shows so much. So why do we have to wait for the semi-annual trade show to do that? You're here.
Right. Yeah, we're here now. This is it. And, we don't, obviously over the last year and a half or so, we haven't gotten out of the office much, due to COVID, but we just came from Digital Dealer about 2 weeks ago. And I'll tell you, we had a great time. It was nice to be out. It was nice to talk auto transportation, with people that, it was just free conversation. It was just, it just flowed. Transportation's really part of the whole ecosystem right now. It's where it starts and where it ends. The final mile is it's here to stay.
Perfect. It's a perfect segue, because I wanted to talk about, you said, Kevin, multiple legs, right? Terminals, data. Transportation is a bigger part of the conversation now. Somebody take that hot potato and run with it. Yeah.
The final mile, that's an interesting concept, right? Where is the final mile? It may not be a place where a 9-car carrier can get to, and, we service a lot of seniors, a lot of disabled people. So we want to help them, they shouldn't be shut out from getting their vehicles in a timely fashion either. So we really are a pure and true service provider. And I met Dana a number of years back because I needed a motorcycle transported from Orlando to Boston. And I didn't even know this was a thing, okay? So me being the ignorant type, I reached out to one of my contacts. They hooked myself and Dana, and my beautiful vehicle showed up in the middle of February in Massachusetts at my house, okay?
Wow.
Safe, dry, and, and timely. And I went back to thank him, and, we sat and talked. He asked me what I did, and I says, how come nobody knows about this? He says, yeah, that's why we're going to talk some more, and I've been here ever since.
That
cool.
is a great story.
Right?
It is great.
People always do ask, how did you get into auto transport? I think everybody's story is pretty funny.
I was fascinated.
Now, Kevin, for some reason, I know I've got you confused with one of the other guys I met at IARA, who was, I believe, the auction guy, Jay, he was on the show. And I think he's at Badger or some Fond du Lac, somewhere up there. But anyway, Kevin, where did you come from, by the way, before you got into this?
A long time ago, my mother, no, I'm kidding. I'm from Boston. I'm a Bostonian. I come from, I've been in sales for 35 years, and I come most recently the healthcare industry, and I'm attracted to pre-owned auto logistics, not necessarily the transportation industry. These are my brothers I go to war with every single day. And, and I trust my colleagues, and we provide a tremendous service. As I told you previously, my objective is really change the perception of our industry, which this is a great opportunity for us to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great industry if it's managed correctly. And we're one of the rising great ones.
Yeah. Well, and the reason I was asked that is my background is sales, right? So went to college, sales, sold investments, COM 403B annuities at a hospital. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. I mean, I was making money and I was a punk kid, right? Yeah. But I learned a lot about sales, and then I ended up in tow trucks. And I did really well at tow trucks because everybody was always happy to see me and I was happy to be there. The car hauling business turned out to be really good for me because nobody that in my region, whatever region is, had any sales ability, if that makes sense.
No, listen.
And I'm not talking down on anybody or anything. Yeah. I'm just saying I really excelled at this business, and part of that is because of my sales background. So, point being, I didn't know anything about hauling cars. I didn't know anything about tow trucks. But I knew people, and I knew sales. I understood sales. So, it's fun to have a guy like you on here that is really invested in changing the perception of something with that sales background. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, Ty, we're kindred spirits, and Dana will speak to this. Listen, if your car breaks down next to mine, you're in big trouble.
I'm going to fix it.
But if you want it sold, then I'm the guy to talk to. Listen, it's the business of sales. What we do is, sales could be the second oldest, profession in the world. I won't describe. I think soldiering may be number one. And what we do, and Dana's a visionary. My role is to create metrics, design sales processes, and attract quality sales professionals. So anybody out there that's looking for, a great company to work for, please get in touch with us because, we're going to grow, and we're going to grow very quickly. We do have, some real differentiators in our industry, and again, we're led, by a team of individuals really dedicated, to our profession, including sales.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Ty, I got it. Shout out to Drew Hoeneke, Greater Milwaukee Auto Auction. We met him at IARA. It is, Kevin, well, that's one of the things. Everybody can relate to this. We go to the trade shows, and then later on we're like, okay, wait a minute, who did I talk to about?
Kevin, did you meet Drew?
No, I don't remember. But
okay, that's all right.
We'll seek him out.
Well, but I say that because here's the thing. Kevin and I know we talked about dealers.
Yes.
Did we? Okay. Yep. And so where I was going in the beginning of this, before anybody came on, the guy that called today, somehow the conversation turned and he started asking, well, if I get a trailer, what do I do? I said, go hang out at the auction. Well, I tried to get into the auction once, but I couldn't. Why do I go to the auction? Well, you go to the auction because that's where the car dealers are, right? And you saw our friend Ashby up here in Kansas City. He's got the deal. And you can get into an auction to engage with the dealer, right? You can go to the trade show to engage with the dealer. You can go to an auction. You can go to the store. But there's for sure 3 different levels that a guy can go and engage with a dealer. I primarily talk about dealers, used car dealers all the time. So I'm always excited when I get somebody on here that's a POV. And the more I learn about the POV, it makes sense why it's kind of a mess, right?
Well, we break it down even further, Ty. So when we look at dealerships, there's 3 areas of the dealership. You have new car sales. So we're very active with swaps and related new car sales. There's used car sales, which you hit the nail on the head. You know it better than everybody else does. But everybody forgets about the private party stuff. Go talk to the salespeople. I want to meet the number one salesperson in every dealership. Why? Because I could learn something from him, number one. And number two, they may want me to help them manage their customers. And we do a great thing. We'll take that whole relationship and support the dealership. We'll be directly to the consumer.
And if you talk like that, you will get the dealer's attention.
Sure
Absolutely.
That was
Right.
beautiful.
Yes, it was.
Where do I sign, Kevin?
Yeah, exactly. What kind of financing do you offer?
Listen, I too, I'm passionate about what we do. I think we do it at least as well as the best in the country, and I think the other thing too, and this is something that I think we have to be cautious of. There's enough business for all of us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Amen. Preach that. Say that again.
There is enough business for all of us. We can be friendly competitors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
well
and
said.
it's like, go ahead. I'm sorry. Is that Dana?
No, I said that's well said. There's plenty of business for everybody.
Yeah,
Competition. We
there
can
is.
learn a lot from our competition.
Yeah. Well, what's weird is whether I like them or I don't like them, it doesn't matter. But when we were at the, I believe that was finished vehicle logistics. No, that was the IARA. We were there at the IARA and we had Mannheim and Odessa on the same stage.
Hey,
sorry, go ahead, Jay.
No, and Jeremy is now with us. Let me introduce Jeremy Louisos, Senior VP. Jeremy, please say hello and tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. I just want to start off by saying, Jay, Ty, really appreciate the opportunity letting us come on here. I've learned a lot already just following along in this, this hour or so. And, Dana Rogers is a huge fan of the program. He's always saying, hey, did you see what was on Auto Transport Intel last night? And, really excited to chat about it. And so not only is it a good source of news, something that everyone really should be paying attention to in this space, but man, I've tried to talk to, speak on this subject to lots of folks, especially outside of the industry. And I'm probably famous for putting people to sleep. And somehow y'all are able to keep it very energetic, very fun. So I just appreciate the vibe and, thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. Well, and I want to say this before I forget. I know, like Ty works so hard on location that to actually remember all the actual conversation along with other production stuff, it's hard. It's very hard. That's why I'm taking notes. I'd be nowhere if I couldn't take notes.
I don't write it down. It didn't happen.
Number one, thank you very much for that. Well, that's what's interesting is, and this is where I try to work hard to remind myself there's a lot to know. And it's actually the trade shows where we find a lot of that gold. Dana, I wanted to ask you, so when you were at Digital Dealer, not to put you on the spot, but can you, what are some of the conversations that kind of stuck to you, or the client requests, or tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, it really comes down to the, final mile. A lot of these dealers, they go through the process and all these new digital online retailing tools, of getting the customer, onto their site, selling them the car, selling the back end products and all the other goodies that go along with that. Well, a lot of them forget about the last step is, well, this customer isn't in their backyard. They live 800 miles away. The next step is they've got to get it delivered to that customer's house. And what does it cost? And, how long is it going to take? And that's really where we come in to solve that last problem, which, really wasn't even discussed, years past. It wasn't even thought of. Now it's an everyday thing. These are real conversations that are happening at every dealership.
I think one of the ways to look at that in logistics, and when you talk about final mile tools, that also leads back to Jeremy and tech, because now that Jeremy is here, we want to go to that. But now that we've hit the buttons and somebody wants to buy a car, now what do we do, right? We're going to have to go to the logistics guys to make sure it actually happens. And I think that's one of the things about final mile that, right, who's actually going to make this happen?
Exactly.
So Jay,
that's where we've grown our company with the, POV market. We've been doing this for, 15 plus years, delivering cars to Florida, delivering cars, out of state for customers. So, we know the lingo, we know, what they're expecting and kind of really to set those expectations up front, which help the dealership too. by getting that timeline in place before the whole transaction starts.
Just kind of jumping off of what Dana was sharing and kind of reflecting on our time at Digital Dealer. We were having those conversations with all sorts of folks, right? There's people that are trying to go exclusively into the digital space and sell vehicles that way. There are brick and mortar dealerships that are saying, wow, I gotta get on this. We want to figure it out. And I guess the famous example would be Carvana, right? You have a really sweet app, a great user experience, probably have a great marketing campaign to support that and get the knowledge out there. But they're also a transportation company. I mean, you got to get the vehicle there. So there's a lot of thought that's gone into all the parts of that customer online trying to purchase a vehicle, but it's got to show up in the driveway. It's got to get there. And so it was really cool to hear all the different places where that conversation is happening. I think our team has been very excited to have that conversation for a while, and we're starting to see that energy and that awareness come around, and to be a good partner to that is a huge goal of our operation. We've always prided ourselves from in 20-year history. We started as a really customer service intensive transportation solution, right? We did a lot of the tough stuff when you're dealing with customers that have a lot of questions. Private parties always want to know a lot about the process, very curious, and why would they know anything about this? So you really kind of bring them through the entire thing from the very beginning. And dealers, I think there are a lot of great forward-thinking dealers, but there are some folks out there that kind of think they have it figured out, and even they benefit from having the right sort of expectations and guidance through that process. So we kind of, our background in customer service really poised us right for this moment where final mile and a lot of online purchases are a big part of the conversation. Now, the big focus of the past 10 years for us was being empowered by technology. So how can we connect with people digitally and kind of extend the data that we're generating? So we generate a lot of information as a transportation provider. We have a lot of details that, at first it's like, all right, people are calling us because they're like, where's the car? Or I think this car was on my lot, but I don't know where it is now. They're trying to solve their own inventory management questions. And we're thinking, all right, well, there's a lot of phone calls. We should make it easier. Maybe we kind of send email updates, which we do, or have a PAL portal, which we have. We're like, oh my goodness, we realized kind of quickly, we're sitting on some very valuable information that's just not accessible anywhere else. And so, all this is to say, we're excited to meet the moment right now. We have a lot of momentum, a head of steam behind us. Seems like people are ready to have this conversation. We're excited to talk to anybody about it.
PAL portal. Did you hear him say that? I just wrote down PAL portal.
You got that.
Do I get, what is PAL portal? Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah, so the PAL portal, our name, so we allow our customers to log into our system. They can, really one of the most popular features that we found right off the bat is the VIN lookup. They say, hey, where the heck is this vehicle? Or when's it going to get there? Or I thought I had it, I don't know where it is now. They just pop that VIN into our system, and they get a full history of everything. And that's kind of as basic as it gets, but we can show all sorts of, order history. We have some features coming along pretty shortly where not only can you place a quote, you can create an order all through this portal and get real statuses back to folks. We offer that right now as an API service to platforms we integrate with, but that's going to be extended through the PAL portal as well. So for us, the PAL portal is it's a window into our world, allowing our customers to get the most leverage out of the data that they're generating just by using our service.
And by the way, PAL, Preowned Auto Logistics.
Thank you. Yeah, you got it. Preowned Auto Logistics, PAL.
That worked out really well. Let's see. On education. I want to talk about education for a minute, but so like when you hear that GM has bought some car haulers to help with delivery, did you catch that in the news?
Yep. I did.
What did you think?
They'll be calling us for guidance.
Sounds like they don't have a good relationship with their carrier.
Honestly, my first thought was, so where are they going to supply the drivers from?
I mean, right, you had several. I found it, and that's where. So it was 2018, I believe, is when Tesla started to get some trailers, doing some car hauling, and you got to work out the cobwebs. I think Tesla is like everything else, everything from batteries to rocket ships. Tesla is also in car hauling. So, but there are people going to Tesla blog forum, desperately seeking any month, maybe when their vehicle shows up. My point is that you can't just set up a shingle and go, yeah, we're in transportation and logistics now, right?
No, sometimes you click the buttons and the cars don't arrive.
That is hilarious.
We have to be accountable, because we are always in jeopardy, of losing a customer because of that last order, and we're not going to tolerate that. We want to make sure that we are completely transparent. You call Preowned Auto Logistics, you talk to a human being, and I will tell you, we have, we're a very diverse culture here, and we've got expertise throughout our staff. We've got, years of experience. I think the 4 people here at Preowned have 20, 20, 10, and 55 years of experience. Who's going to beat that? We have our longtime customers calling us to get the overflow at the port because their carriers can't pick up their cars. And timeliness costs a lot of money. So efficiency is critical, and we leverage every ounce of our being to be efficient. And we're not going to take on customers who can't help us to be more efficient either.
Kevin, that was one of the things that I thought of right off the bat. So what, aside from just thinking about, how are they going to find the drivers? Really, it was okay. Well, they're in the conversation. There's a need here, right? They're having trouble getting stuff around. So that, to me, I hear opportunities.
Because that's the other. Why are they doing that? Why are they even telling some dealers you can come get it? What happened?
Sounds like they lost control.
Well, did they say what kind they were buying, Jay? By chance?
I
don't want to get technical,
no,
but
I know. I don't. I have to dig up. I could probably dig that up.
Well, the reason it would be interesting to know because there's a. I mean, okay, so who hauls GM new cars right now? Is that Jack Cooper? Anybody? Cassins? Who's hauling them right off the railroad and right out of the plant today?
Okay, so here we go. GM to expedite transportation of newly built vehicles to dealers. They bought a number of car haulers. I mean, they bought car haulers.
Wow.
Car haulers.
Right? Why?
That's a good question.
There are not and this gets back into, driver shortage, et cetera, and these other, but they bought car haulers.
Where's Joe Bakari? Is he in the live chat?
I know, right? I thought of Joe when I heard that too. But it's
Joe.
It's not that I'm not convinced we're gonna come up with the answer, but it should certainly get our attention that's in the news.
Yeah, it gets your attention, but I think it might have been Kevin in this conversation. Okay, do you guys know Swift has car haulers? Do you know who else? What's that other big company we met in
how about
Detroit?
Hogan?
The Hogan's got car haulers. There's another big one that was up there bumping around when we were in Detroit together. The last time we were in Detroit.
Carter? Not Carter.
No. Anyway, whoever it was a big one. It wasn't JB Hunt. It doesn't matter. But JB Hunt was even up there. Anyway, point is Swift has car haulers. I've seen them. They're always empty. You know why? Because if you're anybody can chime in on this, but I've been hearing this word a lot lately called culture. Have you guys been hearing culture? I don't know where it comes from. I've been hearing it a lot. Like
culture.
Yeah, culture. Culture is your why. Culture. Anyway, I keep hearing it, but here's my take. Tell me if I'm wrong. Companies like Swift and these big mega companies, they're not going to make it in this car hauling business because you don't have the culture for it. You have to really understand the pain of car hauling in order to be successful at car hauling. I'll say that one more time. I really think you need to understand the pain involved in hauling a car, whether that be one car or 100 cars or 3,000 a week before you really understand car hauling. There was I passionate enough.
And that's what they're right. Luckily, we have here a company that knows the pain.
And that's important because, you know, when we bring in salespeople, you know, we help them understand the discovery process. They need to understand, you know, where these, where these cars are coming from, how to pick them up. You know, we want to deliver that instruction to make, you know, the driver's job easier. It's difficult enough, you know, so we help them make it easier. And that's a tough sell, Ty. You know it. Not everybody wants to hear, you know, or sit and talk to you on how they want their vehicles picked up. Just do it, right? Well, we're not going to just do it. You know, we'll just do it wrong if we don't get the information.
Yeah,
that's a great point.
Yeah, I love that, you know, where culture sort of meets training. One of my very favorite ways of onboarding folks that are new to our industry, you know, they're going to be office staff, they're going to go into dispatch, they might go into sales or wherever they're going. I love putting them into a truck with one of our drivers, and they're going to start bright and early and they're going to get out pretty late, and they are going to understand a whole world and a whole culture that they were not a part of prior. And having that respect for what carriers are doing is really important. I think it's all too easy to think, you know, they're just the truck drivers, this easy job. It is not an easy job. It's not an easy job.
That's
totally.
And you got to instill that.
And I like to throw them in the truck, because if you take them down to where the trucks are washed, and you know, and then there's like finger food, and no, you didn't experience anything. I mean, that's not trucking. You need to get in the truck, and you have left half your stuff. And while you're in the truck, we're gonna blow up your phone with all the problems we can come up with. There you go. Now you're trucking.
Yep, exactly.
Well, I guess what I was getting excited about there was it's really cool, you guys, that you take the time to invest in your people, which is your company, which represents you, and that culture goes a long way. And I can feel the success off this conversation, you know, and enjoy getting to know you guys even more, and can't wait to get to know all of you. Are all of you going to Vegas? Most of you, some of you?
Yes.
Most of us will see out at Red Rock, yeah.
Okay, good. We'll definitely spend some time together. But to get to know more about you and to understand you guys, and just for the people watching here that maybe do or don't know, here's what I can tell you. Moving one car, just one, especially an individual, okay, whether that's your Harley or your baby or your truck or whatever it is, moving one car is no easy task. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
Even just like Kevin's saying, Kevin's like, okay, there's a lot of detail here. To do this right, you need to listen, you need to pay attention, because in order to get it right, we got to know this stuff. And then to hear Michael's talking about the data, right? Michael, you said it more than once. So we got a lot of information. Is that how you said that?
Right. Yeah. It's a big volume game, right? So if you're not tracking all of what you're doing, you're kind of wasting it. So we really like to be able to see what we've done and use that information.
You know, so when we onboard salespeople, one of the struggles that I have is, you know, don't take the first order, because you don't have enough information to take the order. You know what I mean? And that's going to be critical. That's the critical piece of the relationship with both the carrier and the dealer group. You know, spend the time. Know your customer, be reliable, be a resource, you know, and because, carrying those cars is dangerous. Oh, and by the way, let's try to avoid any damage claims.
Yeah. Yeah, please.
Please.
You can hear a pin drop. You say damage claims, pin drop.
Boy, I almost cried.
I know, right?
Why did you have to say that, Kevin?
Yeah, the rules for us were always safety, accuracy, and speed, right? In that order. You start with safety. You got to keep yourself safe, keep those on the road around you safe, keep your cargo safe. Then you want to be accurate, right? You make sure you're picking everything up, getting all the details right. You're not going to the wrong spot. You're not dropping at the wrong spot. And then after you get the fundamentals down, speed will come.
And so I asked it on LinkedIn. What's number one? What's the first thing, most important, when hiring transportation? I know there's many ways to look at it, whether you're a dealer or whether you're a business owner hiring a driver. But what's first? Is there a way to say what's first?
Insurance.
Insurance.
Is the carrier covered? Right? I guess you don't go past that step.
It's good. It's good.
That goes along with safety, right?
Yeah.
Is it safe?
Mine was a psychiatrist.
There you go,
exactly.
Charlie.
Typical.
Have a psychiatrist on retainer. That's very important, or a very good counselor. Okay.
Or
Behavioral health is critical, to this country.
We may have degrees currently. I think we all have a degree. Yeah.
So yeah, I own 20 trucks and moved a lot of cars. And I'm telling you, if anybody ever asked me what I did or what I said I was always I'm a counselor or a psychiatrist.
So I think the psychiatrist, that's operations manager, right?
Operations, it's something. But and that's and again, it goes back to what Jeremy was saying, this onboarding process and this culture and understanding what the various parts of it. Jay and I are always talking about car sales and car dealers and used cars and new cars. And that's what we talk about is cars, because we like cars and we like to move cars. And as we look at various aspects of this business and make these relationships, this is where, to me, I really get excited, because I don't know a lot about this. And I'm learning more just even last week. Now tack that onto this, and I'm thinking, all right, there's a lot of opportunity for scam in this one move business. Do you guys run into that? Scams? I mean, they're out there, right?
Oh yeah.
Am I just crazy?
Oh, no, absolutely.
Okay, so I've always thought, what part of the puzzle piece am I missing here? Because when Jay and I first met, I could never understand what he was talking about. He would talk about dispatching. I'm like, wait a minute. The dispatcher is the person at the office, my office, that keeps track of where the cars are and talks to the drivers. Our company trucks are company drivers, right? Well, as I got to know Jay, I didn't just cut Jay off because I'm a big truck guy and I haul 9 cars everywhere I go, right? I didn't do that. I took the time to try to understand, what is he talking about? So over 3-4 years now, I'm starting to put this whole thing together. And I'm like, oh, it all makes sense, because this is why there's a lot of trouble, a lot of drama when it comes around these single moves. Am I saying this right, Jay?
Well, and here's this is one of the problems. The word dispatcher, it must go back to some kind of like lore, because it's still not properly. I mean, you have your independent dispatchers, which work for carriers trying to find loads on load boards. And that's, I mean, how that got started, I don't know. Maybe there's some Vikings that came down from Iceland. But other than that, you have dispatchers that work at large offices like you're talking about. Brokers have dispatchers in the office. But that's not near the same thing as an independent dispatcher helping owner-operators off load boards. So how those two jobs ended up with the same term, man, I have no idea.
Well, and maybe that's where the scam part came in. So I'm sorry I can't shut up about it, but 70 to 80 million private party car sales a year, going
well,
probably more than a couple of miles apart, right?
And here's the thing. If you're a carjacker, just because you might go by dispatcher somewhere else, you're a carjacker. You're not a dispatcher. So if you're a scammer and you happen to go by dispatcher by day and scammer by night, well, you're a scammer. You're not a dispatcher.
Well, here's where I'm going. I'm going to set this up for pre-owned auto logistics, because the thing of it is there are a lot of opportunities. If you're watching this and you're an individual and you're like, man, I want to get my car shipped, okay, that's cool. But there's a lot of scams that go on in these single unit moves. Did I say it right, Kevin?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Be careful.
You got to be careful. And that's for you guys, this is where it's really cool, because I know you guys, I mean, I met you, talked to you, said that we talked, right? And I got a good vibe. I think you're a cool guy. I like both Michael and I like Kevin. So the thing that I'm saying is how in the world, when you're talking to somebody that's never done this, right?
Education, we made it.
Listen,
made
absolutely. Hey, listen, good, fast, cheap, pick two.
Yeah.
Good, fast, cheap, pick two.
Oh, I love that
Unreasonably
one.
low rates.
Exactly.
If it's cheap, it's cheap.
Yeah. We've had this conversation a lot on this channel.
Yeah.
And,
and Jeremy, my colleague, sends it best. We price cars to make sure they move in a timely fashion and safely.
yeah.
And Ty, to get to your question of just, how do you bring someone in and have them feel comfortable and not be concerned with the scam? There's probably no one, Dana's kind of the wizard, knows all of it, but I'd actually look at Mike here. Mike, I think there's a conversation you've had a time or two, right? Bringing someone from 0 to 60.
I mean, we ship cars all the time for people who had just gotten burnt by someone and just lost money, and a truck never showed up to pick up the car.
Right. Yeah.
So it happens all the time. And the biggest thing is, people shop around, right? We all want to get a good deal and pay a reasonable price. And that one quote that comes in several $100s cheaper than everyone else. Yeah, that would be great if that were realistic, but that's a red flag. That's a sign of a potential scam. People take money and throw an order up on Central. If someone calls, great. If not, that's it. They're going to disappear. So first and foremost, you definitely want to be careful for something that's just unreasonably low. It doesn't make sense. And then from there, do your research, check reviews. We're online. We have social media. We're all over the place. So we want to be transparent. There's things for people to see about us. There's things we want people to know. So check that out, because chances are, if it's someone who's going to be a scam, there's either not good stuff on the web about them, or there's not much. So that's also a red flag there. But yeah, it happens a lot, and it's unfortunate. So, we,
or if they say we only take gift cards.
Right.
Bitcoin. They take Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Bitcoin, Doge.
Listen, people say it's old school. I say it's the only school. Pick up the phone and dial that 800 number. And you know something? Every one of those people, all 40 of us in this office, knows how to educate the consumer.
That's great. You guys are an amazing company. I'm really thankful that everybody came out. And Jay did this, by the way. I just met the guys.
What?
But Jay's the guy. Yeah, man, you put this together. You got everybody on the same page. That's why I tell Jay all the time, like, man, you have a gift. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, but yeah. Well, I want to say this before I forget. Number one, before I forget. Okay, are you guys ready to take the? We talked about this. You're at the family fun park, and you're on the log ride, and you're about to go over the hill, and there's a photographer waiting over the hill, and then you're going to get the family photo. Where did Ty go? I'm getting ready to talk about we're going to do the family photo. The guy disappears on me.
Looks like he already took his photo.
Yeah, he's gone already. He already. What, did he fall out of the log boat? All right, here we go. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the applause, and during the applause, the photographer is going to take the picture. You guys ready? And Ty gets set. Don't go away. All right, here we go. Say hello, everybody. Wave at the photographer, or whatever you want to do. All right, that was the cheese moment. Okay, I did want to say that, yes, education. It is vital. And we actually have something on DOT compliance tomorrow about lease to own. Talk about scams. And this has nothing to do with dispatching. Lease to own. Yeah, if they won't send you something to look at, this applies to transport. Hi, I want to transport a car. Okay, great. Send me some gift cards. Can I see something? No, you can't. You got to send me gift cards right now. Like, the freedom to get scammed is part of the freedom. What am I trying to say here? With all the other freedoms, you have the freedom to get scammed. And yes, please.
Sorry, I want to ask a question. So you guys do, and I know I'm talking about POV like way too much, so I'm sorry, but it intrigues me because so if I've got a car, Ty, I'm in Kansas City and I want to move it to Boston. I'm going to send it to Kevin's house, right? and I do the Google search cheap transportation, whatever I Google. I somehow end up talking to somebody that's this real scammer, right? What's the process of, okay, give me the information. Here's the car, here's the year, here's the make, here's the address, here's all the basic information. You've got the information now. What happened? It bothers me because I hear these guys always say they ask for these big deposits. How do you, the transaction, what is that? Am I making any sense at all?
Well, usually the deposit's what they run away with, right?
Right.
They disappear with the deposit, and the order never gets fulfilled. So, they run off with $200, $300, $400, and the customers, just stuck there waiting for someone to call.
So I'm glad you brought this up. Isn't the deposit part of the business model, or is that always a problem? Is it? Because it's not, is it?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I know we do deposits.
Exactly. I think.
Depending on when the shipment's going, I
go.
take payment in full. Also, if it's like within a week or two, we just take payment in full from the customer. But if they decide to back out,
it's part of the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
We don't have issue. I guess it's great to be trusted. We kind of, especially for the first time, transporter, we spend a lot of time educating them. So they've already done their due diligence. They went on, looked at our reviews. So we have an educated consumer.
Well, I was just curious because I really do. I even coach some of these. Like, okay, so I get the call. I want to be a broker. Okay, well, where are you going to get who's your customer? Well, I've got Google Leads. I'm like, okay, so that's the one where you get the name and phone number of somebody that wants to move a car, and you call them, and you're the 400th caller. Good luck.
There you go.
That's.
You're caller number 20. This is fantastic. Actually, it's a really good point.
But then they take the money. That's what there's so much, and I guess what I'm trying to say is that I know you guys do it right. That's we're not saying anything like that, but I'm trying to get it out there. Besides me stumbling all over the place, what are some more signs? Yeah, go ahead.
I got you right here. That what Ty is trying to say, I do believe, is if you are a beginning broker or a growing broker, what are some of the if that growing broker was here, instead of frantically trying to sift through all the leads they paid for, they were here, then what information could you glean to them to how can they grow better? Do they go talk to the dealers? Do they go make relationships? If you're a young broker, what advice can you offer to help grow the business?
Wow.
That's a tough one. I mean, getting into the business with no customer base and depending on, online leads that are just saturated and, your number 410, like Ty said, on the list of people calling, it's a tough way to get in. You usually wind up underbidding that job, and you can't move it. Can't make any money on it. Tough business to get into.
So Dana has instructed me to go out and hire a superior sales force. And this is something that that we've designed our own metrics. We teach how to solicit in this environment, and we're very careful to make sure they, go through the discovery process and fuel our business so we can forecast effectively. That's how you do it.
Did you know that there are folks out there selling programs where you're going to buy leads and set up a website? And I mean, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but it's just like when any other easy,
There is no easy button to this industry. It's a heavy investment.
Jay, I want to say maybe 10 years ago we might have bought those leads, and after maybe day 2, I think we canceled the service. We knew just right off the bat. We knew it was all right. This isn't. We can't take this anywhere. This isn't a real thing.
Right. I guess. And Jay, thanks for kind of lining me up there, because I'm the guy that gets the phone call. I want to be a broker, right? And I'm the guy that has to, okay, well, who's your customer? That's always, doesn't matter what we're talking about, who's your customer? They don't know. But the next part where it really, and I usually don't get that far, and I think that's why it bothers me so much, is how do we close the deal? Okay. And as we're having this conversation, here's the way I think of it. I think one of my reasons for being able to build a fleet real fast, real big, is because I talked to a lot of car dealers and I'd ask them, what do they hate the most about transport? And whatever they would say, I would make it my goal to do the opposite of that, right? So if you ask a car dealer, what's your pain with the transport guy? He's going to tell you. And your job, if you want to be a transport guy, I would assume it would be the same as a broker, is don't do that. Whatever. So go talk to, who's your customer? I don't know. Well, we all agree buying leads is probably not the best idea. This is an education channel, by the way, guys. So we're educating people. Sorry. Just comes natural. But if you, what? Am I making any sense?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
So the story is, don't be a broker if you don't have any prospects. So go find your market.
I mean, that's big stuff.
Find your market.
And it's not easily done. It's amazing. And so this is where, man, we're coming full circle. If you go far enough in one direction, you come back to the other side. Because whether you're a broker or whether you're a carrier, at some point, I mean, I sound like a darn broken record.
This comes back to the beginning when I first met Ty. He's a conduit to exceptional intelligence. We are a conduit to both the customers, and the technology to support the carriers.
It's powerful stuff. I think we're going to do some things together. I can feel it. How's that conduit? Is that coming through your Zoom?
Yeah,
it's called Used Car Week.
It's my word for the day.
So you guys have a booth.
Conduit, I love it.
You have a booth at Used Car Week, right?
Yes.
We do.
Do we know the booth number?
Kevin, what's our booth number? I know the booth is already there.
It's there.
I'm
Wow.
pretty sure it's 315 off the top of my head.
315. Okay. So tell us about the booth, and then we'll let you go. So you've got a booth. What's the strategy here?
So our tagline is vehicle transportation solutions made easy. So we want to understand, I don't like to use the word pain because that's derogatory, but we want to understand where the gaps in service lies, and we want to fill it. So we want to have a lot of dialogue. We want to understand where the need lies, and then we want to continue the dialogue to the point where we can fill, their gap. And then, they really start, executing a plan on how to use, an effective transportation company. I mean, that's the easiest part of our business.
So you've got the booth, and you've got a person or two there to go through this with potential customers. Do you have any demos of any type, any technology or anything like that to kind of rope in the dealer that's like, man, I got problems, but I don't know who to talk to?
Yeah, just like a digital dealer, we're going to have our instant quote tool right there on a tablet. Someone says, hey, what do you charge to, a question you always get from the dealers, what does it cost to go from this point to that point? We can say, well, check it out. Look, watch how easy it is. And if you like that, you pick your plan, you hit the button, it's an order in our system, and you're getting your updates, and the thing's going to land where you need it to. So that's probably the most powerful proof of concept right there, is you get to try it out, put your hands on it.
So that's where you could have me sitting there with my timer, and the dealer's like, what does it cost to go over to Pennsylvania from Arizona? And then I'm like, what does it cost to go? Right? And then we're doing that, and it's fantastic. We can do that. We're doing that. We are doing that? Oh, fantastic. At booth 315.
I hope to see, I want to see this happen, Jay. I want you to get that quote.
Oh man, that's good. Good stuff. I can't wait to see you guys there. I'm really looking forward to it. And I do feel the energy. I like the conduit. I'm going to use it. I'm going to put culture and conduit together somehow. I know I can.
Awesome.
Cool.
Michael,
yeah.
Are you still alive?
I am.
We didn't
You
lose
got
him.
me?
No, my screen, I can only get like 2 or 3 on one deal. But
Yeah.
I'm
We're
glad
all
you
hanging
came,
in.
man.
Hey,
Jeremy, good to meet you.
Kevin's buying drinks, guys.
Kevin, okay.
Kevin's buying the drinks out in Vegas.
Great. You got anybody else a cigar smoker?
I'm do it.
Just
Mike, I
me.
think that's
Kevin.
your thing, right?
Party of one.
Kevin and myself, yeah.
All right. No, there's always that cigar group that collects outside, so that'll be great. Be looking forward
There you
to
go,
that.
Kev.
All right.
Yeah, man. So, all right. Well, listen. We really appreciate you all taking the time. This was fun. We got to know you and talk shop, which we're going to continue to do. So let us know how we can help. And I want to say, if there's any contact information for dealers, for carriers, feel free to let us know how we can share that and help. Okay.
Yeah. We've got dealers that watch. I had another dealer call this week. So we do have dealers that watch, and we'll definitely try to promote this as much as we can. Pre-owned Auto Logistics.
Preownedautologistics.com.
Gotcha.
Preownedautologistics.com.
Pre-owned
I'm going to
Auto
throw that in
Logistics.
the live chat.
It's a good time, man. That was really, I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Look, it's like the camera's still going. This is after the show.
Right,
Man, you guys are
exactly.
awesome. That was party.
We got to hire people to carry lights around in the background, start shutting stuff down. Yeah, it'd be
So
wonderful.
it's past 11 Eastern here. So for us, this
But-
feels like it's
Wind down.
well, no, I was just saying this is
You're
Auto
good?
Intel after
Yes.
hours. Right?
That is, and I do. After 10 o'clock, it's overtime. And I used to really push it, but now I don't as much. But what's cool,
man.
so our overtime will be next time at Used Car Week. So here, be thinking about this. Live at Used Car Week, let's try and get a 10 to 15 minute window of information, camaraderie, and some kind of plan in there. So we'll do that. It'll be great.
That
Sounds like a plan.
It sounds awesome. And I just got, if I could just very briefly say, I saw Mark over at SuperFlo in the in the chat. So just want to say a quick hello to Mark.
Awesome. That's awesome. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to join
Hey,
us
Jay,
tonight.
we really enjoyed it, man. It was a lot of
Jay.
fun.
It was fun. It really was fun.
He's back
And
again.
Ty's
The con-
back. He's here.
The conduit to a new culture.
He's sideways.
It really is the after hours show here.
Yeah.
It's like Austin
That was-
Powers trying to drive that little cart. Yeah. This is.
Yeah, sorry. The new
Thanks,
mic wiped me out. So I don't know. I'm gone.
All right,
Awesome,
guys.
man.
We'll
We'll
see you in
in a couple
Vegas.
weeks.
It'll be a good time. Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Thank
Hey,
you.
see you in a couple
Appreciate
weeks.
the opportunity.
See you guys.
All right. Bye.
All right,
Thanks,
everybody.
Jay.
All right, thanks. And there's the end of the meeting. I hit the button, and we're back to camera one. That's pretty fun. That is pretty fun. And I really do appreciate everybody sticking around, talking in the live chat. What's up, Vadim? You are not paying what? Oh, well. Well, and you can't please all the people all the time. This is Auto Transport, and that's where I say, I don't stop any comments. And yeah, I mean, the thing is, is there a driver shortage? There's some kind of shortage. I don't know what it is. We'll figure it out eventually, maybe. If you have topics that you think are important to be discussed, shared, let me know what it is. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Keep joining live shows. Say hello in the live chat. DOT compliance tomorrow at noon. Dispatching live Thursday at noon. Cars on the Move Friday at noon. Let us know how we can help, what needs to be talked about. I definitely want to thank Pre-Owned Auto Logistics, Kevin Lombardi, Michael Scenna, Dana Rogers, and Jeremy Louisos for taking the time and spending it with us this evening. I sure do appreciate that. I also want to thank everybody here in the live chat and everybody that tuned in live and then later that watches on demand. Of course, I want to thank Murphy Auto Transport Services, SuperFlo Systems, Auto IMS, and Black Widow. Thank you for participating in this channel and making it happen. Also, just want to thank in the super chat John Cochran and Chris Chamberlain, Ty and Mark. Thank you guys so much for those super chats, participating in the channel. It means a lot. It really helps. This is a lot of work, and it is fun and rewarding too, but it's not as hard as being a carrier out on the road. So that I know. And so I'll just keep working hard to keep the resource running. Let me know how I can help. If you see something that needs to be talked about, like I said, autotransportintel@gmail.com, whether it's an article or a picture or a topic, or man, you saw something that just doesn't jive, get a screenshot, send it in. And I do not call out companies, but I do call out topics. If you tune in to Dispatching Live, you know that I will share some effed up loads, and we'll talk about it. I just won't talk about the company name because, you know, I don't want to get into that game, man. Okay, listen, there's enough games. It's called Auto Transport, and people are doing whatever they want, but we got to try and keep it clean. I want to see companies that are trying to help and do better, and that's what I want to focus on, because we got to figure this out, man. We got to come together. We've been too fragmented for too long, and boy, I don't know. We got to figure something out. So thank you so much. Trust, respect, communication. That was talked about tonight. Thank you all so much for joining me. Stay safe, stay tuned, and we'll see you soon. Peace out, everybody.